Hey, it's Tony with lidl.doodle. Welcome back to my channel. I am going to do just a quick little ink exploration of my Pilot Iroshizuku ink collection. I love these inks, and what I discovered when I was thinking about them is that I actually have 6 bottles and I have 6 pens inked up with these inks. So clearly they are inks that I am using, and I have 2 pens that are maybe 3 that might be falling into my shopping cart soon, and I thought I might want to add to my Iroshizuku collection. So why not do just a quick little sharing of the 6 that I have, and then I will share with you the 3 pens that might end up in my shopping cart. The first one I'm going to share is Shiku Ren. It is a lovely green, and can we just talk about these bottles for a second? They are so just classy. I love these bottles, and they have this little string that I end up with. Some of them I get ink all over them. I'm going to swatch these with my Dominant Industry ink muddler, and then I will show you the pen that I have inked up and do a quick little writing sample. This green I have featured in other ink videos. It is just a classic, and I love it in the pen that I have it in. I've had it in a couple of different pens, but I always go back to this guy. This is my TWSBI Eco Glow Green. This glows in the dark for whatever purpose. It's kind of gimmicky, but it's cute. There is a little bit of shimmer left over in this because I did try out a different ink in this pen, and I just didn't like the other ink, and I went back to my Pilot ink, but I just noticed there's just a tiny bit of shimmer in there. I don't typically get too weirded out because, especially with like this pen, I will go through this ink pretty fast. I use this pen quite often, and yeah, I go through the ink. This is a stub nib. This is probably one of my favorite TWSBIs, and out of the list that I have today, I've got 4 TWSBIs. I like TWSBIs. I really love this green. It's springy, and it's just so pretty. We'll look at it when it dries, and we'll see some of the little shading properties. The next ink is Kujaku. And this is, I don't know if Pilot has been doing this all along, or it's new, or what. I am new to this, that they have them in 15 ml bottles. I've seen some retailers like popping up with, you know, collections of these 15 ml bottles, and I think it's a great way to test out the ink more than just a sample, but not the big 50 ml bottles like the Shiku Ren that I just showed. This, I shared in another video, was a recommendation by another pen friend because I had reached out to her. She had the same pen that I did. I'm going to show you here just a second. Simone, and she got right back to me and said this would be a great ink for this pen, and I grabbed it, and sure enough, it was a great ink. So our pen friends know what they're talking about. I have this in my Estabrook SD Back to the Lands Funky Lake, and I love it. It's the perfect match. It just really is cool. Now, when this dries, it has an extra little surprise for us because I didn't expect, and in fact, I even messed up in my ink journal. When I was cataloging this, I thought I had written down the wrong name because I was like, there's no way that's this ink. But when it dries, it has like a purple shading kind of outline to it. It's super cool. So we'll take a look in a minute. The next ink, classic Konpeki. Love this ink. Oh, it's just a beautiful blue, and it does not disappoint, and I have it in the perfect pen. I don't think I have any other brand that I literally have all of the inks that I own in pens, except for this one. And I think that's saying something. Now, these aren't shimmer. They have, a lot of them have cool shading properties. Normally I do, I like my shimmer inks, but recently I've been kind of digging my non-shimmer inks and wanting to expand my collection, like my Birmingham pen co inks, etc. This I have in my sapphire TWSBI. I told you guys I like my TWSBIs. If you are just starting out with this hobby and you want kind of a mid-range, inexpensive, I wouldn't say this is mid-range like if you're a collector by any means, but these are like $35 and they last. I've had my first TWSBI, which is, I'm digressing, sorry. This guy, I've had this for 10 years and it works beautifully and it's held up, and I think TWSBIs are great pens. Okay. And this one dries so nicely as well. I realized I forgot to do my little squigglies down here. Okay. The fourth ink I have is Murasaki Shikibu, and this is a lovely purple ink. I've got some purple on the string there. I really love this ink, and I was thinking I might do a purple exploration soon. I don't give a lot of love to purple inks. I have a handful of purple pens. I have some fantastic purple inks, but I thought, I don't know. I don't think I've even done a purple exploration for myself, and I'm pretty sure I've never done one as a video, so maybe I will do that coming up. But look at how just pretty that purple is. It's very royal looking to me, and I just really like it. So I'm going to give you one guess. What do you think I have it in? It's my eggplant TWSBI, and it's a lovely match. Really, like all of these colors live in these pens. I just don't need to switch them out. Like I said, I tried a different ink in my glow green just to see if I liked it. Nah, I just was like, nope, it doesn't feel right, and I went back to this Chiku Rin. Okay, I've got to just twist my paper a little bit here so I don't get that all wet. Sorry if that is difficult to see. I love this purple ink, and I love how it matches so nicely with that. It's just such a pretty combination. The fifth ink is Fuyugaki, and I think I spilled this because if you look at the string, like it's entirely orange except for this little tiny bit. So I think I may have like spilled some on here, but anyway, this is just a great orange. I know that in my Halloween inks video last October, I highlighted these two because they're just great Halloween inks, but they're just all around lovely colors. I have Fuyugaki in my Zodiac Pen Co. The resin is Patsy Koi, and as you can see There's a lot of orange in here. I will link to Zodiac Pen Co. Bart is really fun. At the California Pen Show, we talked all about making a pen. Like, he does, you know, different zodiacs, obviously. But because I'm a Libra, I was like, hey, Bart, where's your Libra pen? And he was like, oh, well, give me some ideas to design it. And so I went to ChatGPT, and oh my gosh, it came up with the silliest photo. And I sent it to him, and he was like, Tony, you are off the design team for sure for that. I'll see if I can find it, and I will put it in the video here. And one of the things that I find with these Iroshizuku inks, I have them in all different nib sizes. So this is a stub, this is a fine flex, this is a medium, this is a broad, and this is a medium. And they flow beautifully in all of my different nib sizes. I have not had any of these inks not work beautifully with a specific nib. Now, granted, there's no shimmer or any particulates in them to get in the way. Oh, I unscrewed this one first. Hold on. This is Yamaguri, and this is just a really solid classic brown. I really like this, and it lives in a pen that I pretty much use every day. That is my TWSBI 580 AL, I think it's silver, and I had this ground into a cursive smooth italic at the San Francisco Pen Show last year. I did not use this pen before I had that ground. Now I use it. It goes with me every day. And I like the grind of the nib. And I just love that I just have this like classic color in that I use quite often for journaling. Okay, so these are my 6 inks, and I'll hold them up in just a second when they dry so we can see them up close. The 3 pens that I currently am looking at are the first one, the TWSBI Slate Blue with onyx, and it has a onyx nib. I think there's probably an Iroshizuku ink that would work for this. The other pen that I have I actually do have it in my cart right now, I haven't hit submit, is the 3rd of the SD Back to the Lake series, and it is the brown one. It's something rock. I need to just remember. I can't remember off the top of my head. And what's funny is when I first ordered my Quirky Leaf last year, they sent me the brown one. I sent it back because I was like, that's not the one I ordered. And then I ended up buying the Funky Lake, and I was kind of feeling like I needed to round out my whole collection of the Back to the Lake series because I really love these, and I didn't think I would. They kind of go into that category of didn't think I would love these pens, but I do. So that's the second pen that I'm looking at. The third and final one is the Esterbrook SD collaboration with Coffee Monster Co. It drops on April 5th. It has just a little pop of fun resin from Carolina Pen Co. And I think that I could probably find an amazing Iroshizuku ink to go in it. Maybe even this Yamaguri. But the Yamaguri lives in my TWSBI. Anyway, so in looking at the color palette of the Iroshizuku inks that I could find, 2025, I mean, there's some that aren't available anymore, so I don't know if this is an updated list. what inks should I get next? I will probably look for 15 mils so that I can maybe get a couple, maybe 3, instead of the 50 mils where I would probably only purchase 1. Tell me what you think. Okay, let's look at these up close real fast. That shading is so gorgeous. I love it. Now, can you see just that little bit of kind of purplish red on the corners of or on the edges of the shading there? It's showing up in person. Hopefully it's showing up in camera. And then Konpeki has a little pop of purplish pink, which is a fun surprise. That is just such a solid purple. I love it. The Fuyugaki still a tiny bit wet. And then finally the Yamaguri. I just really love that brown. Okay, so here's my 6. I want to add to it. So given the 3 pens that I am looking at right now, do you have any suggestions for how I should match them? If you have been around, you know I like to match my inks to my pens. What would you suggest based on the list of swatches that I put up there that I think are pretty available right now? I would love to hear what your thoughts are. Do you love the Pilot Iroshizuku inks? Do you have any that have been discontinued? There's one, I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but I will find it. It's discontinued, and of course it's because I want it, right? I want it because it's discontinued. Anyway, do you have a favorite? Have you tried these inks, or are you just like new to them? Let me know in the comments. And if you are new to them or you haven't tried them out, I highly recommend them. They are great inks. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.